Hello and welcome inside Platte Arena as tonight the Lady Huntington University Foresters, ranked 19th, might I add, is taking on the University of St. Francis Fighting Saints. Hi folks, I'm Victor McCarty alongside my returning partner in crime, Logan Hunt. Look who comes crawling back. But before we continue with tonight's game, I'd like to take a look back at last weekend when number 19 Huntington University knocked off number 10 Purdue Calumet.
It was a great day to be a Forester inside Platte Arena as both the men and women's squads saw some competitive action. Ladies first as they matched up against Purdue Calumet in what was a on and off again contest. Calumet committed 26 personal fouls, which HU levied to their advantage, shooting nearly 90% from the line. Miranda Palmer sporting her highlighter kicks to remain perfect from the charity mark and number 1 in the nation while putting up 26 points. During play though, the girls weren't afraid to get dirty, collecting 37 rebounds as Amelia Recker led that battle in the trenches, almost collecting a double-double with 9 of her own and making her 28 points look easy. An honorable mention to Kelsey Hubble, who had 21 points as the ladies won 88-75 against Calumet, improving to 4-1. Now for the guys. Earlier in the day, they had to prove themselves worthy against the Asbury Eagles. Big Al got an early two-hand jam for the Foresters, but CJ Penny answered with an easy 3. From there, it was a back-and-forth battle, but HU ends up heading into the locker rooms down 35-44. In the second, Daniel Wall got his team rolling, stealing the ball and in for the 2. Once again, we saw the aggressiveness by Peterson, but he ends up getting a bloody lip and has to leave the game. His understudy, Trevor Lockwood, had no problem stepping up as he would play a pivotal role for the Foresters. Then, almost like clockwork, we saw the CC3 take over as Drew Benedict and Derek Heinen sunk energizing threes against their poor three-point percentage. Then, with 48 seconds left, the one-face wonder Kyle Pippinger found something to smile about, sinking a timely 3 from the right side. After that, it was almost like Asbury gave up as CJ Penny committed the technical foul and Heinen puts the nails into the coffin, hitting his free shots. Coach Platt gave praise to his opponents as well as his players after the game, saying there was nothing but heart left on the court and appreciated his team's second half effort.
Got to take advantage of each game of trying to get better to prepare for the Crossroads League like I told you last night. I thought in the second half we did that tonight.
As the Foresters earned the right to call themselves Nest-Bros champions, Daniel Wall would finish with 24 points, whereas the general Derek Heinen got 25 and the title of tournament MVP. The men will be back in action Tuesday night inside Platte Arena, with the ladies hosting their tournament next weekend. For FDN Sports, I'm Victor McCarty.
And welcome back here inside Platte Arena. We just saw, Logan, that Huntington upset 10th ranked Purdue Calumet, and I'm sure we'll hear plenty about that after the game from Coach Lori Culler. But then we also saw the men winning last week's tournament, and now it's the ladies' turn to have their whack at tonight's tournament, at this weekend's tournament. So Logan, how do you think the Foresters will fare against the Fighting Saints?
I think the Foresters have a good fighting chance against the Fighting Saints of St. Francis. It's going to be a good matchup down low. Both teams have size, but also the University of St. Francis, they have some leadership on their team. They have 2 starting seniors play a key role. Watch out for Katie Gonery. All night long, she's the leading scorer for St. Francis at 24 points a game. Her and Miranda Palmer going back at it. It's going to be a great matchup.
It will be a great game indeed. It is worth noting that the Saints are 1-4 and the Foresters are 4-1. And whoever wins tonight's game will face off the winner of the first game, IU Southeast Grenadiers. They won 95-75 to Barrera College Mountaineers. So that'll be a fun time tomorrow as well. But right now, let's take a look at the Crossroads League standings. And as we see, not to confuse the St. Francis of tonight with the St. Francis of the Crossroads League, but Marion and number 1 St. Francis of the Crossroads League are tied for 6-1 in first place. Goshen and Westland right behind at 5-1, and Huntington right there in the middle at 4-1. So we've talked plenty about tonight's game, tonight's matchup, but let's get to know the Lady Foresters.
Courtney Baker, senior, Newcastle High School.
Amelia Recker, junior, Arlington High School.
Miranda White, freshman, Fremont High School.
Gina Eisenhut, sophomore, Bluffton High School.
Kelsey Hubble, junior, Pendleton Heights.
Miranda Palmer, sophomore, Arcadia High School.
Brooke Yoder, freshman, Westview High School.
Jacqueline Bonema, junior, Ileana Christian. Alexis Rockwell, freshman, Belmont High School.
Allison Trout, sophomore, Huntington North.
Amelia Eschman, senior, Downers Grove North High School.
Lacey Dietrich, sophomore, Faith Christian.
It's always great to know the team, and now we'll take a break here on FDN Sports, a part of the Forster Digital Network. I am Victor McCarty alongside Logan Hunt. Again, we'll take a break for the prayer and national anthem.
As I lead prayer before today's contest, please remain standing after prayer and honor America as Heather Johnson sings our national anthem. Father, we come before you in the name of Jesus Christ, the Savior and King of all humankind. Lord, we ask that you would remind us what is important and what is not. We praise you that your glory gets to be displayed tonight on the basketball court. We ask, Father, that we would see that, that we would appreciate it, and that we would all praise you because of it. We pray, Father, that this would be an injury-free game. We pray, Father, that this game would teach us how to love you and love one another in a deeper, more authentic way. In Christ's holy name, amen. And now introducing the starting lineups. First of all, for the visitors from the University of St. Francis. Starting, player number 1, Christina Ikomo.
And now let's look at the starting lineup for the University of St. Francis from Illinois. For their lineup, we have number 1, Christina Okumu. Freshman, number 4, Katie Gonering, a senior. She's going to be a star of the night, and definitely indeed for the Fighting Saints. Number 12, Paige Stenkus, senior. Number 13, Alexis Brown, junior. And number 14, Kamari Jordan, sophomore. Logan, who stands out to you here?
Well, we talked about Kate Gonery and Christina Komu already, but Alexis Brown, the 5'7" junior guard, she does all the little things right. She gets 5 rebounds a game and also leads the team in steals with 2 per game. Watch out for Alexis Brown to do the little things to get it done.
It will take all of the little things to get it done because the little things add up. And as we hear the fans behind us standing up cheering for the Lady Foresters, the starting lineup tonight is number 2, Miranda Balmer, number 3, Kelsey Hubble, number 4, Courtney Baker, number 10, Jacqueline Bonema, and number 20, Amelia Recker, who is going to be the star of the night for the Foresters, Logan.
Well, you have to like your chance with Miranda Palmer. I mean, she's getting 22 points per game. She's doing her thing, but also her sidekick, Amelia Recker, she likes dishing it out to her every so often for those corner shots. Could be a key. Amelia Recker might have a coming out partying again tonight.
Well, it is worth noting, Logan, that Miranda Palmer is perfect from the line so far this year. So let's see if she can keep that up. Every time she goes to the line, my heart stops. So I tell you what, Logan, let's just see if those highlighter kicks continue to be good luck.
We get the tip, and Palmer is going to get it. She's going to pull it back out. The Saints coming right out with a man-to-man defense. Palmer gets the handoff to Baker. Baker with the lane, stop and pop. Free throw line, not there. Rebound Bonema. She goes up, no good. And rebound by Gonerine. She gets up to Ikomu. Ikomu's pulling it back out. Baker on her. Looking for some movement from the Fighting Saints.
I like how Christina was directing traffic. I look for her to do plenty of that tonight for the Fighting Saints. And that's what it takes sometimes to get the win, is good communication.
3 seconds. Brown's going to have to fire, and she splashes that through. Alexis Brown getting the first points on the board.
I got to tell you, Logan, number 13, that's my favorite number.
Now, why is that your favorite number?
Well, that's my birthday, of course, Logan, April 13th.
Well, I'll tell you what, when that rolls around, you're going to get a big happy birthday from me.
I'm going to be 22. I'll be blasting Taylor Swift all night.
I don't know about you, but you'll be feeling 22. You got to love it. We see Palmer getting the three off. Air ball there. Bonema getting the offensive board, but saying she steps out of bounds. Ball going back to St. Francis.
We don't often see an air ball from Miranda Palmer. I'm sure she's just trying to compose herself and get her head into the game.
Ikomu gets it up quickly, gets it to Gonerine. Gonerine gets it to Stankus, back over to Ikomu. Gonerine pump fake, driving in. Pop out to Jordan. Jordan takes the long ball. It's not there. She gets the rebound and throws it off of Bonema.
That is a smart maneuver by number 14, Jordan.
Bonema is going to have to grab onto the ball there next time. Going to have to just hustle to get that board.
I can see what she was thinking, but yes, as you said, got to put forth the extra effort.
Jordan dribbling around. Recker on her. She drives right side, spin, move back to the lane, up and in, lefty layup. That's good.
4-0 for the Fighting Saints.
Courtney Baker speeding it up court. She finds Hubble in the corner for three. No good. Rebound goes to Brown. Brown's looking to run. She puts her head up, going down low, and it gets kicked by Palmer. So the Saints will retain possession.
At that point in time, I think that number 13 was just trying to knock the ball off Miranda Palmer, aiming her sights for her leg because there was really nowhere she could go. It's a smart maneuver because you could reset the ball that way.
Stankus comes in. Baker almost with the steal on Brown. Brown takes the long dose. It's not there. Rebound Stankus up and in.
We saw Jacqueline Bonema boxing out for the rebound, but again, you have to put forth that extra effort of just trying to go to the hoop instead of just preventing the other team of getting the ball.
Recker gets it on the elbow. Spin going in. She stopped. Up and under move. No good. Rebound Gonerine. Ikowu looking to get it up. And Baker runs in. Thought she had the steal, but that's going to be a foul on Courtney Baker. That'll be her first foul.
That is the first foul of the game and first on Courtney Baker.
So be Jordan inbounding. She gets it to Stankus. Stankus down to Gonerine. She gets it blocked by Bonema.
There we go. There's the extra effort we need from the big center.
Hubble taking the three. And that one splashes through. Kelsey Hubble. Ikomu gets it up. Miranda Palmer stops her. Stankus has the top of the key. Swings it to Jordan. Jordan to Gonerine. Gonerine taking the three. It's not there. Rebound goes to Courtney Baker. She's all over the floor.
Well, it's her speed, Logan.
Palmer driving in, left-hand layup. That's up and in.
I wonder if she was just thinking that she wanted to be like Mike, because that was a very heavy resemblance of Michael Jordan right there. All she needed to do is stick out the tongue.
We see Jordan get another spin move. Bonema right there to stop her. Gonering goes up and gets that one in.
Great job by the senior number 4, Gonering.
Courtney Baker gets it up. Gets it to Recker up top. Recker taking the long 2, and that goes in. Amelia Recker.
A brilliant, decisive move by Amelia Recker. We saw her last game. Fantastic performance, so I look for her to do the same here tonight.
Down low to Gonering. Bonema's right there. Thought she had the clean block. Got Gonering on the arms out. We'll send Katie Gonering, the 5'10 senior from Seymour, Wisconsin, to the line to shoot a pair.
Oh, Wisconsin. Gotta love me some Packers.
Cheeseheads right there. And Gonering nails the first one. We'll see our first substitution of the game. It'll be Renee Martin coming in for Paige Stankus. And Gonering's second free throw attempts up, and that splashes right through.
Kind of a tricky free throw maneuver, Logan. She fakes it and then goes for it. That reminds me of Lance Stevenson a couple years ago. He would do the same thing, trying to fake it, trying to draw the opposing team offsides.
Recker has it. She's looking back toward a Palmer. Now going to hand off. Palmer, 10 seconds on the shot clock, driving in, pulling it back out. Gets it to Bonema. 5 seconds to Recker. Recker with the long 3. It's not there. Rebound goes to Ikomu. Hubble somehow takes it from her on the ground. Gets it to Palmer. Palmer behind the back. And now she's going to just pull it back out and get an offense running here. Backdoor screen to Hubble. Hubble gets stopped. She throws it to Bonema. Out to Palmer. Palmer to Recker. Recker getting an elbow shot. Not there. Rebound goes to Martin.
Foresters only down by 3 with 15 minutes to go in the first.
Brown bringing it up, gets it to Gonering. Gonering goes up. Nice defense by Bonema. Creates the miss. Recker gets the rebound. Gonering steals it from her and then loses it. Hubble getting it up court. Gets it to Palmer.
I'm surprised she didn't take the 3.
And we haven't seen Miranda Palmer being too aggressive besides that one layup so far. Recker has it outside to Bonema. Bonema throws it out of bounds. Intended pass was going to Miranda Palmer. That's going to be a turnover.
We're going to take a media timeout here inside Platt Arena, but that's one thing the Foresters cannot allow tonight is to beat themselves. Almost maybe costly turnover because, well, you never know which way the momentum's going to go, and right now the momentum is on the Fighting Saints side.
Like I said, the Fighting Saints have a 10-7 lead. We're about just over 5 minutes in to this ball game, and it's been a close one so far. We've seen the offense really going through Gonery for the Fighting Saints, but we saw Alexis Brown get into the action early. What did the Foresters need to do coming in out of this timeout to maybe generate some more offense?
Well, first off, that was a tremendous job by Katie Gonering, the senior, drawing the foul out of Jacqueline Bonema. And I'd like to remind folks at home that this media timeout is brought to you by our counterparts here at the Forster Digital Network, FDN News. Follow them on Twitter at FDN News. Their new episode just came out this week, and we'll be playing that during halftime. But touching back on your question, Logan, I think the Foresters, and we've seen this from not only the ladies but the guys as well, they've kind of sat back for the first couple minutes before the first media timeout and just tried to scope out their opposition, scout them, if you will, and I think that's what the ladies were just doing. And I look for them to come out of this timeout with a little bit more pep to their step.
Let's hope that we see that out of the Foresters. Bikomu getting it up. She gets it to Martin. Martin back out to Ikomu. Ikomu has Palmer on her. She finds Brown in the corner. Brown driving. Baseline shot, no good. Rebound Bonema. Baker getting the pass. Courtney Baker driving left side. Picks up her dribble, throws it to Recker. Recker one pass to Palmer in the corner for 3, and that's good!
And there we go, Logan. I just said the Foresters would come out with a little bit more pep in their step, and that's exactly as we see Jacqueline Bonema lay it down with the block. Well, that's what we just saw out of Miranda Palmer in those highlighter kicks.
I'd like Bonma to give her the little Daike Matumbo. No, no, no. Finger right there. Ikomu gets it into Brown. Baker's going to get it to Martin. Martin to Weisflog. Weisflog up to Gonery, over to Ikomu. Martin down to Gonery. Gonery with the nice post move, but can't finish. Bonema getting the board.
A great defensive effort by Jacqueline Bonema.
Hubble has it off the handoff. She's going to throw it out to Palmer. Palmer at the free throw line, taking her time. Going to pop back for three. That's no good. And Record just takes it away from Ikomo, finds Hubble, and that's good for an easy two.
I don't think that's how it was drawn up, but the Foresters will take it.
Weisflog left open for three. Fortunate miss for the Foresters. Brown gets it. Going down to Gonery. Gonery up and in for two. That's no good. Excuse me. Martin gets it. Palmer with the steal. And she's looking to push. She's going to go all the way. Left-handed layup. No good. Rebound by Martin.
Unlucky bounce.
Ikomu gets it to Gonery. Loses the handle on it. He's able to regain possession. Finds Martin for the long two. It's no good. Recker with the board. She's going to get it to Courtney Baker. Courtney Baker slowing the offense down. Pulling it back out, getting the play call. Palmer picking up a screen from Recker. She's going to go back against it.
We see both sides laughing that play off as number 3, Sydney Weisflog, tried to tunnel her way under Amelia Recker, but we'll see. We'll see Jacqueline Bonema come out and the senior Amelia Eschman come in for her.
This will be Martin with the ball. She gets it to Gonery. Gonery driving. Turnaround. That's no good. Rebound by Weisflog. Weisflog out to Brown. Brown takes the three. That's no good. Rebound Martin. And she is fouled. That will put Renee Martin, the 5'9" freshman, on the line to shoot a pair. And that foul will go against the Foresters. Now will be on Amelia Recker. That's her first. So we see Martin hit the first one.
And now, just like that, Logan, the Foresters with 4 fouls. As we see Courtney Baker get the rebound off the miss, and the Saints have none.
Recker driving in, left side, up, and no good. But Recker is fouled, and she's going to the line.
Almost getting the and one. We always love to see the extra effort by Amelia Recker, one of the most physical ladies that the Foresters have.
Just when you said it, Victor, no fouls against St. Francis. They pick one up there. That'll be Kate Gonery getting her first. Recker's been very consistent from the free throw lines. We see her drill the first.
I'm always very fond of Recker's form when she goes to the free throw line. It reminds me of a catapult, and catapults, they rarely miss.
Recker's second one is up and in also. 2 for 2 from the line for Amelia Recker.
It's just so silky smooth as it goes right through the net. I love it.
Sabio Osaki with the ball at the top of the key, guarded by Miranda Palmer. Courtney Baker coming up with the steal.
Coming out of nowhere, she's going to drive it up herself. In and out, but getting the rebound are the Foresters.
And Courtney Baker pulls it back out, and we'll get this offense up and running again. She gets it to Eschman. Eschman gets a nice screen. Hubble gets it off the handoff, up and in for an easy deuce.
A little slice and dice by Kelsey Hubble.
Alexis Brown bringing it up for the Fighting Saints. She finds Weisflog. Weisflog dribbling up to the top of the key. Dribbling around now, looking for the screen, finds Brown. Brown goes baseline. Dish out to Stankus.
There's a good recovery by the Forster defense. And a huge block by Amelia Eschman.
We're going the other way now. Baker throws out to Hubble. Hubble foot on the line. No good. Rebound Gonering. She gets it to Brown. Brown bringing it up. Gonna pull it back out. Finds Weisflog. Brown goes to Rouse. Rouse goes down low to Gonering, and that will be a travel. You can't do that.
And the ball's heading in the Forster direction.
We see Alexis Brown taking a seat, coming back into the game with Christina Ikomu for the Saints.
I'd like to touch on a couple plays ago, Logan, how Courtney Baker stole the ball and was able to get it down the court on the opposite end, and then Forster's got the rebound off of the miss. One of the things I love about this, might you say, young Lady Forester squad is that they not only have the opportunity because of Courtney Baker to get the fast breaks, but because of their shooting presence, they're able to settle down and collect themselves if they miss it to get the shot again.
We see Trout come into the game for the Forsters. Hubble will get a seat. Palmer goes up. She can't get it. Rebound is Trout. And Courtney Baker has it. Osaki meeting her at the volleyball line. Baker drives, gets it to Trout. Trout finds Palmer. Palmer to Baker. Baker driving in, floater in the lane, no good. Rebound goes to Ikomu.
I'll tell you what, Miranda Palmer is getting fancy on the court tonight. All she needs is a swing dance partner.
Gonering again with the travel. She's taking a little hop. She might be having those auditions being Miranda Palmer's dancing mate out there.
You never know, Logan. Dancing with the Stars is going on right now. Might we have Dancing with the Foresters?
I wouldn't mind it, but in my mind, Miranda Palmer is a star.
She is indeed.
Courtney Baker gets it up. We see the 1-2-2 being run by St. Francis. Cross-court pass to Palmer. Palmer pulling it back out. Dishes out to Baker. Baker to Trout. Trout takes the three. That's good.
And she collects a tray of her own.
19-11. Forsters on top. Just under 9 minutes remain.
Audrey Trout's from right here in Huntington, Indiana.
Gotta love the hometown heroes. Eschman getting in there for a steal. Her and Gonering getting both their hands on it. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession error favors St. Francis. Stankiss enters the ball game for Osaki for St. Francis. Gonering to inbound. She finds Rouse. Wrecker on her.
Great job by Wrecker keeping her hands up.
Ikowu driving. And they're going to call 3 seconds in the lane by Gonery. Turnover for the Saints.
All of a sudden now, the Saints are the ones beating themselves.
Baker gets it up. Gets it to Trout. Trout goes to Baker to Palmer. Palmer in the corner for three. Air ball by Miranda Palmer.
Palmer seems to be, I don't want to say off her game because that might jinx her, but she just seems to be off the mark. But she did an excellent second half performance. So the Foresters are leading 19-11. No sense of worrying now.
Like you said, no sense of worrying too yet. It's first half. We see Kowu getting the nice drive. Puts up a 2, and that's good. Baker gets it up court quickly. She finds Palmer. Palmer dishes out to Trout atop the key. Trout goes into the corner to Baker. Baker goes to Palmer for 2. That's no good.
Too strong by Palmer.
You don't hear that too often.
No, we do not.
Weisflog gets it up court. She gets it to Rouse. Rouse goes to Stankiss. Stankiss back to Rouse atop the key. Wrecker going on the floor for the ball. It's not there. Ikomu, gets the ball. She goes to Rouse. It's stolen by Eschman.
Eschman, the senior, showing some maneuverability of her own.
Trout with a nice pump fake. Went to get it back out to Baker in the corner. but Baker was already going the other way. Turnover Foresters.
We'll take our second media timeout of the game. Logan, we talked about the Foresters in the last media timeout with what they needed to do to get back into the game, and they've definitely proved my theory correct of scouting the Saints first and then going full throttle. Logan, what do you think the Saints need to do now to get back into it?
I think the Saints have to go through Gonerine. They've been going through her all night, but she had a few miscues. You have to find Gonerine on the low block. They're getting it to her up there on the elbow. If you can get it to her on the low block on that right side, she seems to be money from down there. You have to look to get to her and look to work the offense a little deeper into the shot clock. It seems like they're holding the ball just a little too long, and they're finding themselves not really running any type of offense until about 10 seconds to go. So if they can get the offense running a little more, find Gonerine. Gonerine does a good job dishing it back out to somebody on the perimeter. The offense has to go through her. She's senior leader.
Reminder that this media timeout was brought to you by our newspaper affiliate on campus, the Huntingtonian. Follow them on Twitter at Huntingtonian. Their newest issue just came out yesterday. It's a great read, a lot of great articles from the Huntingtonian, but a touch on what you just mentioned, Logan. The Saints now, they're the ones bringing the fight to themselves. So they can't let themselves do that, because if a team becomes their worst nightmare, that's never a good combination.
Well said, Victor. Well said.
I do what I can. You know, I had to learn some more lingo when you were away on Tuesday.
Back to action now as we see Ikomu with the ball. She's driving in. Maybe got away with a push off. She takes the long two. It's not there. Rebound goes to Stankus. Baker getting a hand on the pass. She's going to go all the way. And no good. Eshman there with the rebound. And she is going to have it taken away. Jump ball. Possession error favors the Foresters. They will keep possession.
You know I like just giving you a hard time, Logan, right?
I know, Victor. I know.
The freshman has to pay his dues.
I understand that. I'm sorry for leaving you on Tuesday.
It's all right. I'm sure you had fun, and plus your mom got you the tickets. So you have to love your mama. I do. I have to show respect for my mother. I owe her everything. So we see Baker with the ball up top now. She found a wide open Trout for three, and that's good. Ellison, Trout, money time, splish splash. She has 2 threes of her own now, so she seems to be, her and Eshman seem to be the one making things work for the Foresters.
Rouse has it, gets it to Ikomu. Ikomu's gonna go up top to Caitlin Ray. Caitlin Ray dips it down low, missed shot. Volleyball going around there. Finally Stankus comes up with it. Ray's gonna get the extra pass to Ikomu in the corner for three. That's no good. Stankus getting another rebound. She gets it back to Ray, gets it to Ikomu, and she will pull it back out. Rouse has it left side, driving in. Good defense by Eshman, no good. Rebound goes to Gonerine, and Gonerine gets it up and in.
A great job by Gonerine as she was surrounded by nothing but white jerseys.
Courtney Baker gets it up. Still the Saints running a 1-2-2 defense. Forster's doing a good job breaking it so far. Trout takes the long three. That's not there. Eshman tries saving it, but hits it out of bounds.
Once again, a tremendous effort by the senior. And that's what I love about this Lady Forester squad, is that if their main starters aren't performing as well as they're used to doing, their bench does a fine job as well.
Ikomu has it up top. Throws out to Stankus. Stankus it right back. She gets it to Rouse. Rouse gets it back to Ikomu. Down low to Gonerine. She dishes out to Ray. Ray takes the two. Can't kiss it off the glass. Eshman gets the rebound.
That was a roller coaster shot if I ever saw one, Logan. I thought it would almost go back in.
Baker cross court to Trout. Trout driving baseline. Dish out to Hubble. Top of the key for three. No good. Rebound goes to Rouse.
Once again, Hubble just off the mark.
Ray gets it up court.
Forster's just not being able to find anything beyond the arc for the majority of the game, but they are doing a tremendous job inside.
Ikomu with the step back. It's not there. Goneryn gets the board. She can't hit. Stolen away by Stankus from Hubble. Ikomu wide open two, and she will make the Foresters pay with that. Courtney Baker gonna walk it up here. Goes down low to Wrecker. Wrecker up and in for an easy two.
A great job getting that ball on the inside. As I just mentioned, that's where they've been controlling the game so far tonight.
Ikomu getting a screen from Goneryn. She gets it to Stankus. Stankus back to Ikomu for two. Not there. Goneryn gets the rebound. She goes up for two, and that's good from the right low block.
It seems like almost every time we make a prediction during the media timeout, Logan, it seems to be coming true. So that was a great call, saying that Goneryn needed to show her senior leadership a little bit more.
Well, thank you, Victor. I do what I can. Trout gets it to Hubble. Hubble down to Wrecker. Wrecker answers with a two of her own. And we're going to see the Foresters called their first timeout of the half. With 3 minutes remaining, Foresters on top 26-19. We've seen a good job from St. Francis getting themselves back in this game. They found themselves down a little bit, but the Foresters answered with a few twos of their own coming off the shoulders of Amelia Wrecker. But we've seen some great play also out of Allison Trout so far from the Foresters. Victor, what is it that St. Francis needs to do to contain the Foresters?
Well, I think it's that you just have to box out on the inside, because so far tonight, the Lady Foresters have not been able to hit as many shots as they would like to from the perimeter area. Miranda Palmer, a little bit off her game, same with Kelsey Hubble, but we have seen some nice threes out of Allison Trout. That's just, again, mentioning the depth of the Forester bench. But I think in order to win the game, you have to, one, not foul the Foresters, and two, control the paint.
We'll see which team can do that in the last 3 minutes of the first half. Ray has it, and she has Wrecker all over her. Brown gets it down low to Goneryn. Goneryn goes up. Eschman with great defense there. May have gotten a hand on it. Gets the rebound. Goneryn with the steal. Up. She can't get the two to fall. And Eschman steps on the baseline going for the ball. So St. Francis will keep the ball.
I love the second effort by Eschman, but I like to see her be a little bit more careful as well, because she's had surgery on those knees after torn ACLs, so I'd like to not see her do that again.
Saw a beautiful cut there from Brown. She gets it in. And the lead's trimmed to 5 for the Foresters. Miranda Palmer back in the game for Baker. She's going to hand off to Trout. Trout driving left side, picks up a screen from Eschman. Dishes it back out to Hubble. She's driving right side. Gonna go down low to Wrecker. Spin move up and in. Easy two again from Mary Wrecker.
Exactly, Logan. As I mentioned, the Saints have to control the paint, but Amelia Wrecker does such a great job of being physical and being the dependent inside the paint for the Foresters. Every time you expect for her to be there.
We're gonna see Ray take a three, and she drills that one. Beautiful three there from Caitlin Ray. And it's a 4-point game now for the Foresters. They're on top. Just under 2 minutes remain. Timeout after timeout. I want to touch on the fact that Amelia Wrecker has had just 6 straight points from the low block there on the right side, doing easy layups. Is she that good? Is she just getting herself open, Victor, or is it in part of the offense?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. It's the Foresters putting forth the teamwork to get her underneath the basket, and we saw in the last game that she is that good to get open every time, but I think it's a little bit of laziness by the Saint defense as well, because as you just mentioned, she's done that for 6 points in a row now, so you have to expect for her to be underneath the basket.
So I guess what's caught me off guard is that usually we see Amelia Wrecker playing the stretch 4 spot and really getting out and hitting jumpers, and now we see her getting down lows. We see her with the ball now. Dish out to Trout. Trout's foot on the line, only going to be counted as a 2.
But touching on Wrecker, that's just how versatile she is. And once again, though, we see Allison Trout stepping it up.
See a travel call. That one's going to go against Ikomu with Allison Trout right there with beautiful defense on her. It'll be Palmer bringing it up for the Foresters. So we near 1 minute to go in the half. Palmer gets it to Recker. She draws the double team. Passes out of that to Hubble. No look pass to Eschman. Eschman up and in for 2.
A great job by the junior Kelsey Hubble, being aware that her senior teammate Amelia Eschman was just to the right of her.
Goddard has it up top, finds Ikomu on the right side. Gets it up to Stankus. Stankus to Ikomu. Ikomu to Ray. Ray takes the 3. That's good. Caitlin Ray.
I believe that's her second 3, Logan, now.
You are correct.
She's trying to provide some life for the Fighting Saints.
Palmer gets it to Hubble. Hubble on the right elbow, finds Eschman on the left side. Eschman gets it to Trout. 10 seconds on the shot clock. She finds Eschman. Eschman throws it out of bounds. Turnover for the Foresters. And shot clock will be turned off with 19 seconds remaining in the first half. The Saints will have the final play.
I'll look for number 23 trying to get open again, and the Fighting Saints could bring the deficit within 2 points.
Brown driving on Palmer, dish out to Ikomu. She's driving out to Ray for 3. That's good at the buzzer.
Just like I said, Logan, number 23 getting open. Now she seems to be the one hitting everything for the Fighting Saints. So just as Amelia Recker is always seeming to be open for the Foresters, Foresters are going to have to come out of this half and realize that number 23, she's on fire tonight.
Caitlin Ray is on fire, already 9 points, 3 for 3 shooting from 3. I think the Foresters have a new target to circle on the whiteboard when they go into halftime.
That's right, Logan. Well, that was the first half here inside Platt Arena as the Huntington University Foresters lead the Fighting Saints of the University of St. Francis from Illinois 32-30. We'll take a break here on FDN Sports, a part of the Forester Digital Network, as we look at the halftime shootout by the Forester fans, and then hear a word from FDN News.
Our Huntington University student halftime shootout is sponsored by Signs, etc. and the Huntington Pizza Hut. Each shooter will shoot from the free throw line, the 3-point line, and half court. If they hit the free throw, they win a 2-liter bottle of pop. If they hit the 3-point shot, they win a free pizza from Pizza Hut. And if they hit the half-court shot, they win a $100 gift certificate. When we call your ticket number, please report to the scoring table with your ticket. 601-378. 601-393. 601-348. Free throws good.
afternoon and welcome to FDN News. I'm Bree Santiago. Our top story this week, the university will be offering a new way to receive core chapel credit next semester. Small groups will be added to the list of opportunities. Students have told us that because small groups will take place during divine hours, they are concerned that this will decrease the number of core chapels. We sent FDN reporter Justin White to find out how the change will affect the number of credits available.
Next semester, the Campus Ministry Office is creating a new approach for students to engage in a more meaningful spiritual discussion. For the first 7 weeks of spring semester, the school will offer a variety of different small groups. They will be held at the same time as divine hours on Friday mornings. There will be a total of 32 groups, each one being led by either a staff member or someone in the community who is very knowledgeable on the subject. There's a wide variety of topics, ranging from spiritual warfare to end times. Students have the opportunity to choose 3 different small groups that they are interested in joining. Campus Ministries will then assign each student a small group. Of the students that I spoke with about the new chapel edition, everyone had a positive response.
I don't know, I think it's a really cool opportunity for students to connect that might not normally connect based on like the common interests that they have of like the topic, and lets the faculty open up and just share their knowledge as well.
And so I feel like this small group is intentionally discussing a topic that we want to learn about that possibly we're struggling with, and it's going to kind of bring people who hopefully are willing to be vulnerable and learn from other people.
I sat down with campus pastor Arthur Wilson to discuss the reasons in introducing small groups. He says that it's Campus Ministry's way of responding to the feedback they got of the Reveal assessment. Now, as a university whose goal is to enhance spiritual growth, Wilson feels that this is going to be an opportunity for students to engage in deeper theological issues, as well as give them a voice on their opinions. He says that we have to be intentional about our faith in order to grow.
One way that we feel like that could be reflected here in our contemporary day is through small group opportunities. Let's have deeper conversations that we're not having. Let's talk about the challenges to our faith. You know, how often do you get to respond in a service when you have questions, when you have doubts? You don't. But we need to present for students an opportunity to engage things, to be active in their participation, to be active in their faith development. So we want to do more than just sit students down and have them listen for 45 minutes. No, we have to start engaging them in other ways to deepen and further their development and growth. And
Wilson wants to assure the students that they will be offering both divine hours and small groups on Friday mornings. I'm Justin White, reporting for FDN News.
Campus Ministries have not decided if they will keep small groups after spring semester. Junior Tyson Kalischek dominated the 2014 think tank. His winning idea? An ice rink on campus. FDN reporter Jake Cross sat down with Kalischek to find out when students can expect to see the new addition.
What started as an idea of one Huntington University prospective student has turned into a reality. Tyson Kalischek, now a senior and winner of the recent HU Senate's think tank, is in the process of funding, ordering, and preparing to build an ice rink right here on campus.
When I came to HU, the first question I asked was, can we go on Lake Snow Tip for skating? And inevitably, no, we can't, just because of legal reasons. So this kind of has grown into how can we skate on campus, and how can we all do that, that love for that kind of sport, for hockey, here on campus.
The new ice rink will be located here, replacing the outdoor basketball court. It was proposed that this is the best location on campus due to the size and the lights given off by the shed, the tennis courts, and the parking lot. That way students will be able to ice skate at any time of the day or night. An ice rink does not come cheap though. Kalischek estimated the total price being somewhere between $3,500 and $4,500, but will be something HU students will be able to use for many years. He also wants to get a rink that is large enough to support a greater number of students. The process of getting it here has already begun.
By Friday, I want to have all the financial details, and then hopefully next Friday I'll have it ordered off Nice Rink, and they package it in about 5 days, and then it takes about 5 days to ship. So between 10 and 15 days, we'll have it on campus. Then before finals, maybe that week, I'll begin setting it up with different people or anyone that's willing to help.
If all goes according to plan and the temperature gets as cold as it's supposed to, Huntington University will have a new ice rink by this J-term. From FDN News, I'm Jake Cross.
The university says that the rink will be free of charge, but students will have to bring their own skates. This Friday, Huntington University will co-host the Teddy Bear Toss Forrester fundraiser at the Fort Wayne's Comets game to help raise money for the Forrester Fund. When you purchase a ticket to the Comets game on Friday night, the money will go directly into the Forrester Fund. Ticket holders are encouraged to bring a teddy bear to the game. When the Comets score their first goal, the crowd will be asked to throw all of their teddy bears onto the ice. The bears will be collected and then given to Good Bears of the World, an organization who donates stuffed animals to children in need.
The Disorderly Bear Den, I really liked their mission and what they do. I really like the service and volunteering aspect of it, so I feel like this event really just encompassed a lot of areas of my interests. The only thing that is, well, encouraged is to bring a teddy bear, but that's all you would need to do. Buy a ticket and bring a teddy bear and watch hockey.
The game is at 6 on Friday night. You can purchase a ticket to the game from any of the Frontline Foresters. The first 200 students to buy a ticket will only have to pay $3. As the end of the semester approaches, students find themselves busier than ever. But for those involved with theater, finals week will feel like a break. FDN followed Singing in the Rain actor Sam Jones to experience a day in the life of an HU theater student. For 8 weeks, HUTC students participate in 4-hour practices 5 to 6 days a week. The performers never know what time they will have practice until the director calls them the day of rehearsal. The week of performance is when things really get crazy. Students will spend up to 15 hours in a single day preparing for a show.
When things are seamless, flawless, people are coming up to you and saying, that was magical, that was beautiful, I've never seen anything like that. You know, professional theaters I've been to and haven't done things that well, you know, which, I mean, maybe that's a stretch sometimes, but when you hear that, you think back to, you know, the 6 to 8 weeks that you've been rehearsing and you've been doing things, and you're like, all right, it's not so bad.
Jones says that every minute is worth it. Huntington has experienced an abrupt temperature change this week. FDN spoke with several students to find out their opinions regarding the new winter weather on this week's Man on the Street.
I think it's pretty great. Love seeing all the snow on the ground and blowing around in the air. Some beautiful weather out there we're having.
Well, it's really cold. I'm honestly not used to it coming from California, but it's manageable. Just have to layer up, so I guess it's good-ish. It takes a while to get outside your dormitory, though, to go to classes.
It is really cold outside, and it's upsetting because I know it's only going to get colder.
It's been kind of windy and cold lately, but I actually kind of like it. The snow is beautiful, makes the scenery awesome, and the past couple days we've actually had blue sky and sun, so it just made it that much more beautiful.
It's confusing. I don't know why there's snow everywhere. For a person who's not lived in a country where there's snow, it's really distressing. When it's cold, it usually doesn't start falling from the sky.
I hate the cold, but at the same time, I love the snow because I'm from the East Coast, and everyone should remember that God made the snow, and it's a beautiful thing.
If you are looking for something to warm you up, head to Johnson's Java for a 25% student discount with your school ID. Well, that's all we have for you in this installment of FDN News. Don't forget to check us out online at forresterdigital.net and follow us on Twitter at FDN_news. As always, thank you for joining us. Stay warm this weekend and have a great Thanksgiving. We will see you next time.
And we're back here on FDN Sports, a part of the Forrester Digital Network. We just saw our cohorts, FDN News, with their update this past week on what's happening on campus. It's always nice to be in the know. But right now, let's go ahead and take a look at the halftime stats of the Foresters versus the University of St. Francis Fighting Saints. Now, the Foresters went into that half with a 2-point lead. They're shooting 41%, whereas the Saints are shooting 32%.
I say that seems to be a big difference. Like I said, there's a correlation between your field goal percentage and also made points. But something that's kind of skewing that is the fact that St. Francis has 28 rebounds on the night. They're out-rebounding the Foresters. That usually doesn't happen. Usually the Foresters are a great rebounding squad. They box out well. But what they're not making, what they're losing with the rebounds, they're gaining in the turnover battle. They already have 4 blocks. 3 of those going to Bonema. Also 4 steals, and 2 of those going to Courtney Baker.
Well, you win the battle in the trenches, Logan. And if you look at the stats here, Katie Gonering, the senior of the Fighting Saints, is leading the rebound percentage with 7. So that is a great effort by the senior. She has 7 as well as 8 total points, but the leading scorer so far in the game is Amelia Recker with 10. And then I would like to touch on, actually, like to apologize to Miranda Palmer and Kelsey Hubble. I mentioned earlier that they're kind of off their game, so to speak, but when you look at the stats here and break it down, they're not really off their game. They are 1 of 4 from the 3-point range, but Palmer has 5 points, Hubble has 7, and I guess I'm just used to seeing them going lights out in the first and putting it their all, because they both had over 20 points in the last game.
I was going to say, I think we've been spoiled by their gameplay
we have
so
indeed.
far. They've been lighting it up. I said Palmer getting 22 points a game, Hubble getting 13. I mean, Hubble's halfway there, but Palmer nowhere near what she's averaging. I think the game plan for the Forcers has to be to get her going. Her and Bonema really need to take control of this offense and do what they can. Bonema's going to have to get in there and clean up the boards. We saw when she was out, a lot of the rebounds went back to St. Francis.
That is true, Logan. And just pointing out once again, Allison Trout doing some work for the Lady Foresters. She has the only 2 threes from them. She has 8 points. And then opposite side of the court, Caitlin Ray, number 23 of the Fighting Saints. She hit 3 threes in a row for the Fighting Saints to bring the deficit within 2 points going into the half.
I'd say Caitlin Ray definitely made the score look a lot closer than what it has been so far. But we're going to start this second half of action. Ikomu gets it up.
If you look at it real quick, Logan, number 23, Caitlin Ray, she's out in the court right now, and she didn't start. So I think the coach noticed just how far she is.
We saw Alexis Brown just tying the game up at 32. She took that long, too. I mentioned her in the pregame. You're going to have to watch out for Alexis Brown. She had a quiet 4 points. Recker taking the long 2, and that's good. Amelia Recker getting on the board quickly for the Foresters.
You mentioned in the first half, Logan, that it was a little uncharacteristic of seeing her inside the paint because we're so spoiled by her hitting the easy 2s just like we saw her do on the outside. So I think she might be dropping back to that here in the second.
Gonnery getting a rebound and up and in for 2 off the air ball. And it's looking a lot like the first half all over again. We see Courtney Baker taking it, get to Hubble. Palmer up top. She gets it back out to Baker. Baker handoff to Hubble. Hubble driving, dish off to Palmer. Palmer at the top of the key. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Handoff to Baker. Down low to Bonema. Bonema up top to Recker for 2, and that's good. Amelia Recker with another dose.
Another silky smooth J from Amelia Recker. I'd like to notice Miranda Palmer, though. I think because she isn't as on point as we were spoiled by her seeing from the first, she would usually take the shot when Courtney Baker gave her the ball, but decided to hand it off.
We saw Ray missing her first 3. Rebound goes to Gonnerine, and St. Francis gets to reset. And that'll be Alexis Brown pulling it back out. But like you said, Victor, Miranda Palmer, a little off her game. Usually she's the one taking that long shot, but Amelia Recker doing a great job stepping up. We see Komu tie the game up at 36 for St. Francis. Full court pressure being run by the Saints. Baker outruns it easily. She gets it up court quickly. She fakes in the lane, down low to Bonema. Bonema up and in for 2 off the glass.
It was a good job by Baker putting it in the only spot that Bonema could get it.
Back to man-to-man defense by the Foresters. Stankiss backdoor screen to Brown, and now go off of her and out of bounds. Foresters will get the ball off the turnover.
Hopefully this won't be the start of a stream of mistakes by the Saints, as we saw in the first half. Once they started making a mistake after another, the Foresters kind of took away with it.
We see Baker getting it to Hubble. Hubble driving in right side, down low to Bonema. She gets it blocked from behind by Alexis Brown. And Brown gets it up. She'll slow it down. Gets it to Gonery. Gonery to Stinks, top the key, back to Brown. Brown's looking to drive, long two. Turnaround, Jay, that's good.
A great job by number 13, faking out Courtney Baker.
Baker going in, gets it tipped out of bounds by Brown. It'll stay Forster ball. We'll get a substitution. It'll be Osaki coming in for Ikomu and the Saints. Palm inbounding. Gets it to Baker. Baker dribbling around, gonna get it to Wrecker on the right side. Out to Bonham on the far side. Bonham gets it back to Wrecker. She hop steps over her, up and in, that's good.
The Saints with the tight defense, but once again, Wrecker finding a way under the basket.
Brown's gonna pick up a few screens, pulled it back out, gets it to Stankus. Stankus to Osaki, she's driving baseline. Reverse layup, no good. Rebound goes to Baker as Baker's pushing it up court for the Forester. She goes coast to coast. Layup's not good. Bonma with the rebound, that's no good. Her put back out to Hubble. Hubble out to Palmer on the right side. Palmer taking the three, rims around and out. And Osaki gets it up court. Kick ball on Courtney Baker. She stops the pass down low.
Well, it's well past soccer season for Courtney Baker, but that was an unintentional, as we'll see another media timeout here inside Platt Arena. Foresters still maintaining their 2-point lead, but what do you think the Saints have done differently so far in the second?
I think the Saints have come out, and Alexis Brown has been the big answer for them. She's been running the offense instead of Ikomu. She's got up there, gotten a few points, but she can make her own shot. She can generate it, and she can dish it off to the open man. We saw Ikomu get a few points in there, but they've gone through Gonery down low also, and they've just done a better job passing the ball and getting the ball all around to getting every hand on it in the rotation. So I think ultimately the Saints have been playing better team ball than the Foresters, and that's what brought them within 2 of Huntington.
This time, this media timeout is brought to you by us, FDN Sports. Follow us at FDN Sports. I try to do the best I can to tweet and live updates during the basketball games, but sometimes it's a little difficult doing double duty, Logan.
That's why I'm always here. You can lean on me whenever you need, Victor Macari, to get your tweets going and your Facebook status.
I appreciate that, Logan.
This will be Osaki inbounding. She gets it to Brown. Baker's gonna be on her. Brown goes to Stankus. Stankus to Gonery. Gonery driving right side. Get a little bit of contact. That's up and in for 2.
I like seeing the referees just let them play it out.
I will say Bonema did have her hands straight up. Pretty good verticality there. She picks up a good screen. Palmer has Brown draped over her. She's going to pull it back out. Bounce pass to Hubble on the left elbow. Hubble gets it to Bonema.
Palmer wide open.
Baker goes down low to Palmer. She gets it swatted away by Brown. Ray coming up with the rebound. She's going. Pull it back out to Brown. Palmer on her. Brown driving right side. Dish out to Osaki. Osaki driving right. Floater in the lane, no good. Rebound Gonery. She goes up and she is fouled.
Another rebound by the senior Gonery. Jacqueline Bonham is going to have to be careful because she is the tallest player that the Foresters have, and they're going to need height to beat this Fighting Saints squad.
Gonery drills the free throw attempt. She's 3 for 3 on the night. Now we see Miranda Palmer going to the bench. Coming in for her will be Allison Trout. Gonery looking to remain perfect from the line. And she does. Saints take the lead 42-40. See Baker pushing up to Trout. Trout driving left side. Dishes to Hubble. Hubble for three. No good. That goes off the rim and over the backboard and out of bounds. Stankus inbounds to Brown. Brown's getting it up court. Gets it back to Stankus, top of the key. She'll find Osaki on the far side. Out to Ray. Ray back to Osaki. Entry pass down low to Gonery. Out top to Ray. Ray's three. Rims around and out. Rebound goes to Osaki, and that will be a foul on Allison Trout on the rebound.
That's something the Foresters cannot do, is commit the foul, as we're going to see the Fighting Saints take a timeout of their own, a full timeout, might I add. Logan, what do the Foresters now have to do as they see themselves down by 2?
We've seen a lot better perimeter D being run by the Saints, so the Foresters definitely going to have to get some better screens coming up top. They're going to have to go through Amelia Recker. Really, Amelia Recker's been nailing the shot so far this half. If they can get some pick and pops through her, that will help. Now that the Saints have gone to man-to-man defense, have gone away from that 1-2-2 defense that we've seen earlier in the game where the Foresters were just drilling their shots. Now the Foresters, they're going to make the Foresters create their own shots. And it all starts with usually Miranda Palmer, but she hasn't been doing so well tonight. They've had her on lockdown almost. So it's going to have to come from Trout or Hubble. They're going to have to step up, take control of the offense, and make sure that Recker can get some open shots.
That's exactly correct. Recker seems to be the fire starter for the Foresters tonight, so they're going to have to find a way to just feed her the ball secretly, as they have been doing, because she's been finding the way underneath the basket.
Coming out of the timeout will be the Saints inbounding from underneath their own basket. It'll be Alexis Brown to inbound. She finds Ray. She dishes off to Stankus. Stankus to Osaki. She's driving in. Entry pass down low to Gonery, and that's up and in. And one opportunity for Katie Gonery.
That'll be a foul on Amelia Recker as we see Gonery going to the line.
I believe that's Amelia Recker's third foul. It looks like they're going to count that foul there on record. That is her first foul, excuse me. So we see Gonery drilling the three-point play. The Foresters looking to get some offense flowing. Hubble driving. Dish to Trout in the corner. Trout going right side. She gets it stolen away. Stanks got her hand on it.
The Fighting Saints showing some aggressive defense, taking the fight to the Foresters.
Alexis Brown pulling it back out for the Saints. She gets it off to Stankus. Stankus to Ray. Ray up top to Brown. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Down low to Gonery, right side. No good. Rebound Bonema. She gets it to Baker. Baker pushing it up. Recker gets a hold of it, goes up for two, and she is fouled.
Well, I think the Saints learned their lesson by not leaving Recker wide open down inside the paint, as we saw 3 golden jerseys there to defend her. But she gets fouled and heads to the line.
Recker going to the line. Perfect for the night. She adds on to that. Like we said in that timeout, Amelia Recker's going to have to get the offense flowing. But now Miranda Palmer's back in the game for Kelsey Hubble. Maybe Palmer can get going late. So we see Recker drill the second one also. 45-42. We see a full court press being run by the Foresters now.
We don't often see that from a Forester squad.
And that's going to cause a turnover as Bonema stood her ground. Osaki Looked like she jived out of bounds there.
Well, as they say, Logan, expect the unexpected, and you don't really see a full court press from the Foresters, so maybe we'll see that some more often now.
Trout getting the handoff. She gets back to Palmer. Palmer spin moves. Dishes off to Bonema. Bonema goes up for two, and that's in. Foresters with 4 quick points of their own out of the timeout. Brown gets it to Gonery. Gonery goes right side, and that's up and in. Katie Gonery doing her thing on the low blocks. Now we see Baker driving, and now she pulls it back out. Going down low to Bonema. Bonema out to Trout for 3. That's good, and we're tied at 47.
And she'll hit her 3rd 3 of the game. Allison Trout stepping up off the bench tonight.
We've seen 2 people come off the bench so far tonight. We saw Caitlin Ray come off for the Saints and hit some 3s, and now it's Allison Trout for the Foresters answering some 3s of her own. Gotta love the intensity so far.
Exactly, Logan. Now we'll see Eschman, the senior, coming in for Jacqueline Bonema, getting some well-deserved rest.
Bonema's done a great job defensively on Gonery. See if Eschman can do the same. Going to Gonery, she gets it, she drives in, double team, and she gets that blocked out of bounds by Recker. Double team coming from the Foresters. Great defensive move there. Ikomu to inbound. She gets it to Ray. She's left open for 3. No good. Palmer getting the rebound. And she's pushing it up court. Behind the back. Dish off to Eschman, and Brown with the steal.
A great maneuver by Palmer behind the back, but a sloppy pass.
Brown picks up the screen, goes left side, shot, and that's good. Alexis Brown with 2 of her own.
This game is very back and forth.
Baker finds the length, drives in, and she's fouled. Courtney Baker will go to the line to shoot 2. That foul will go on Katie Gonery, and that's her 2nd foul.
I'd look for the Foresters to aim their sights and trying to draw the foul out of Gonery, as Gonery is the leader of the Saints.
Baker misses the first free throw attempt. We'll see Ray exit. In for her will be Weisflog. Weisflog's usually the 3-point specialist for the Saints, but like we said, we saw Kaylin Ray come out and have a coming out party here at Huntington, getting her quick 3 threes. As we see Baker go 1 for 2. Full court press, stolen away. Baker getting it from Eshkumu. Recker shoots the 3. It's not there. Weisflog with the rebound.
Foresters have to be there for the rebound because that's a shot that Recker not often takes.
Ikomu gets it up top. She's going to find Rouse. Rouse to Gonery. Gonery driving right side, pull it back out. She finds Weisflog. Weisflog out to Rouse. Rouse driving. Recker on her. She finds Weisflog for 3. And that's good with 1 second on the shot clock.
The 3-point game from the Saints is just tremendous tonight.
Nearly stolen away by Brown as Palmer comes up with it. She's bringing it up course. She'll drive in, up and in for 2.
A great job by Miranda Palmer getting inside underneath the net. Wide open now, number 3, but a miss.
They're going to say it was knocked out by Eschman. Ball going back to the Saints.
I was just going to mention when Miranda Palmer drove the ball up the middle, Logan, that I think those are the kind of plays she needs to gain her confidence back at the level we so often see.
Rouse with a nice play off the inbound to get that one up and in. Extend the lead to 4 for the Saints. Baker picking up a screen from Eschman. Gets it to Palmer in the corner. She drives in right side. Lefty layup not there. Rebound Gonery. Ikomu gets it. Dishes to Weisflog. Weisflog getting pressured by Palmer. And now we have a timeout called by St. Francis.
And I think that's a strategy where they want to keep the momentum on their side, as we've seen the Foresters trying to battle back.
Well, Victor, we see now that St. Francis has a 54-50 lead. 9:46 remains in the ball game. What's been the difference for the Foresters and why they're down?
Well, I think that's just because it's not that they've been bad, it's that the Saints have been good. And when the team that when a team you're facing is just playing better than you are, there's rarely anything that you can do except just keep your head up and keep your head into the game. And that's just what the Foresters aren't doing right now. They need a play, just a shining moment to get themselves back into the game.
It could come down to that one shining moment for the Foresters in this second game of the tournament. We see Brown getting it. She gets it to Komu. Komu to Gonery. Gonery getting it stolen away by Courtney Baker. Baker leads the team in steals. She gets it up to Trout. Trout dishes out to Baker at the top of the key.
Again, it's that getting the ball down the court, but then being able to reset if the shot's not there.
Good pass so far from the Foresters. We saw Palmer take it in. She got it blocked by Gonery and taken away. Now be Brown bringing it up for the Saints.
I think the Foresters, they've been shooting well from the outside here in the second, so I think they should move to that strategy instead of trying to get inside the trenches.
Eschman with a great rebound there, gets it to Palmer, and Palmer gonna pull it back out, finds Baker. Baker down low to Recker. Recker goes right side, that layup is good.
But the tank, Amelia Recker, is always there to drive over the middle.
Goner getting the pass, she's gonna get it over to Brown in the corner. Up top now to Komu. Komu to Rouse. Weisflog getting it. She gets it back to Gonery, and that's going to be a travel. Gonery taking a multitude of steps there, and she will go to the bench, and for her will be Cody Brand. Also, we see Kelsey Hubble entering for Allison Trout, and it will be a timeout called by the Foresters.
30-second timeout by the Foresters as they just got that 2 points, getting themselves within 2 from the 54 by the Saints. I think that, again, is the strategy in using your timeouts wisely, because they're trying to drive up the hill, get that momentum back, as storm Bunker Hill, as you might say. And I think that the Foresters are very capable of doing that.
They're only down by 2, and we saw Coach Kohler off of the Amelia Recker layup, yelling at her ladies to get up court to play the up-tempo game, to run the press. They want them to really pressure the ball defensively. So expect a full court press from the Foresters out of this timeout. We see Baker bringing it up court now for the Foresters. Baker goes right side, driving in. She's bumped. Now it'll be a foul on Cody Brand, the 6-foot freshman from Woodstock, Illinois. That'll be her first and the team's third.
3 fouls from both teams in the second now.
Hubble inbounding to Recker. Recker up and under move. She can't get that to fall. And it's going to be a foul on Eschman, I believe. Going to say she pushed Brown in the back there. That'll be Eschman's first foul, also of the game. Brown gets it up. She gets it to Weisflog. Weisflog gives it right back. Brown looking for someone open, gets it to Weisflog. She'll dribble to the top of the key. Palmer on her. Weisflog going left side. Dish back out to Rouse. Rouse gets it to Brand. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Weisflog gets the pass left side. Layup. No good. Rebound goes to Recker. Recker gets it to Baker as she brings it up court. And Coach Collier yelling at the ladies to get a play going. Palmer receives the pass behind the back. driving into the lane, goes up, that's no good. Brand going the other way. Easy layup for her.
Again, we saw Miranda Palmer driving up the middle, but the shot just not there. Might have been a foul on that play as we saw the fans yelling up from up above us.
Recker gonna receive the pass, handoff to Palmer for three. That's no good. Eschman with the rebound, and there will be a foul on Brand as she got her from the back.
My heart stopped for a second, Logan, because I saw Amelia's ankles buckle from underneath her, and that could easily been a sprained ankle.
Katie Gonery and Caitlin Ray will enter the game for the Saints. That sounds like trouble for the Foresters. Palmer getting the inbound. Hands off to Baker. Baker driving right side. She'll step back, and there's a two from Courtney Baker.
A great job by Courtney Baker. Coach Culler yelling at her girls, trying to get the full court press going.
Brown gets it up court. She drives right side, pull back, gets it to Ray. Ray down low to Gonery. She goes left side. Nice left hook there.
Once again, it's the senior Gonery.
Baker gets it up quickly, gets to Hubble. Hubble driving in, dish down low to Recker. Recker goes up, can't get the roll. Tipping the ball around, Gonery comes up with it, and she gets it to Brown. 58-54, the Saints on top with 5:40 remaining. Brown drives in, dish out to Ikomu for three. And that one rolls in.
I thought that was about to hop out, but it's decided to jump inside the net for hibernation in the winter.
We have a full timeout out of the Foresters. They're seeing this one slip away. Foresters down 7, 5:30 remaining in this ball game. Victor, what do the Foresters need to do to get back into this game?
Well, I don't want to feel like I'm repeating myself, but they're just beating themselves almost because the Saints are just playing at a level right now that is hard to compete with. Foresters down 54-61, 5:32 remaining. Still a very doable game, but the Lady Foresters have to keep their head in it. As I mentioned, we can't see them trying to drive it up the middle anymore unless it is Amelia Recker, because Recker, she has the strength and the way, the leadership to get that ball inside the net underneath the paint. We needed to see girls like Miranda Palmer, Kelsey Hubble, and Allison Trout just shooting from the back side, the back court, and they were doing that great throughout the rest of the season. So I'd love to see them do that more here tonight.
Definitely the Foresters going to have to go through the inside to get this game going, get themselves back into it. There's going to have to be some plays from Amelia Recker, Kelsey Hubble, Miranda Palmer. The usual scorers need to get themselves going, in particular Miranda Palmer. She's not had her best night tonight. So far we've seen Alexis Brown do a great job defensively on her, and that's going to have to come on the other end where it'll be Amelia Eschman getting the duties of guarding Katie Gonery.
This is not the same Lady Forester squad we saw last week who knocked off number 10 Purdue Calumet.
Recker gets the pass. She goes down low to Eschman. Eschman drives, misses, and she will be fouled. That one will go on Alexis Brown, and we'll see Amelia Eschman going to the line to shoot two. Just like you said, Victor, going to the inside. Amelia Eschman attacking the board. Whenever you're in a slump, just go to the rim.
Exactly, Logan.
Eschman's first free throw's up, and that is good. I will say, though, that on the spin move there, Eschman may have gotten away with a hook. She did throw her arm around Gonery, but we'll take what we can get here at Platt Arena.
As the Foresters are now down, Eschman hits both of her free throws. Foresters down 56-61.
Now we see the full court press. Baker hitting the ball out of bounds, out of the hands of Caitlin Ray. Now it'll be Ray inbounding from the side. Stankus comes in for Rouse.
Tell you what, Logan, it's a good thing we have this guard here because we could have just gotten into the action ourselves.
Brown gets it up. 5 minutes remaining. She's going left side, gets it to Ikomu. Ikomu handoff to Ray. Ray finds Stankus at the top. Stankus pass to Goner, and that's going to be a foul on Baker with 7 seconds on the shot clock.
A mistiming by Courtney Baker. 4:55 left to play now. Foresters have to play it safe.
Goner to inbound. She gets it to Ray. Ray up top to Ikomu. Ikomu back to Ray, down to Gonery. She draws the double team, somehow gets that one up and in for 2.
That's just been the story of the night, Logan.
Courtney Baker getting it up. Palmer gets it on the right side. She gets to Eschman. Eschman goes to Recker. Recker up and under. It's not there. Brown gets the rebound. Palmer hits it out of bounds. Oh, stay with the Saints.
The Foresters have to go back to perimeter shooting. The Saints are clogging the rim.
Brown gonna walk it up. 4 minutes remain in the ball game. Saints lead 63-56. Ray gets the pass. Jab step goes in right side. She gets it swatted away by Eschman. So the Saints will keep the ball. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Stankus will inbound from the baseline. She gets it to Brown. Brown drives in. Layup's good from Alexis Brown.
Where there's a will, there's a way. And the Saints just having more will tonight.
9-point lead now for the Saints. Courtney Baker gets it to Eschman. Handoff to Palmer. Palmer spinning. She goes up, left-hand layup off the mark. Rebound in the perimeter. Courtney Baker, she takes the 2. It's not there. Rebound Alexis Brown.
But again, I can't understand it, Logan. Palmer, she could have taken the 3 as we've so often seen her do, but she instead decisively tries to go up the middle, and that's just not been working tonight.
See good movement here from the Saints offensively. Good motion offense as Ikomu comes up with it. She gets her pass swatted away by Recker. And we have a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Foresters.
I love seeing that aggressiveness by Amelia Recker.
You got to think, now is the time for Miranda Palmer to get hot and rattle off some threes.
She can't be driving up the middle, as I just said. We need perimeter shooting for the Lady Foresters to win.
Recker gets the pass. She keeps it herself, takes the long 2, and that's good. Quick timeout by Coach Kohler and the Foresters. They find themselves in a 7-point hole with 2:53 remaining. Victor, we've talked about perimeter shooting and how the Foresters are going to have to hit some three-point shots here with just under 3 minutes remaining. What can they do defensively against the Saints that can get them maybe some stops?
Well, I think they definitely need a double-team Gonering, but then on the opposite end, I think they also need to just play the man-to-man defense. We saw a little bit out of the Foresters, though, trying the full-court press, and that did work effectively. But I would say go towards the man-on-man defense because that is the way you need to play here in the final stretch, the last 3 minutes. You cannot get any fouls.
I agree with you, Victor. You don't want to get too many fouls here. You don't want to just give up some easy points either to the Saints. We've seen Gonery having a great game tonight. Also, Alexis Brown's come alive this second half for the Saints. But the Foresters, they've had Amelia Recker leading the way so far for them. They're going to have to go through her. We're also going to have to see maybe Kelsey Hubble step up, hit maybe a long 3. Miranda Palmer can possibly take over. But someone's going to have to step up and really take control of this offense. Foresters only with 58 points so far in this ball game. We're also going to see the full court press being run by the Foresters. Try to create some turnovers. Look for Courtney Baker maybe to get herself another steal. It'll be Stankus dishing it to Brown. She gets it back to Stankus. Stankus throws it to Ikomu, and Baker getting the ball. And they're going to say that Baker hit the ball out of bounds. So the Saints will get the ball inbounding from the sideline. Near steal from Courtney Baker. Brown catches it in the backcourt. Baker on her. Brown is going to have that one hit away by Baker and out of bounds. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Stankus to inbound. She gets it to Ikomu in the backcourt. Hubble on her. Ikomu handoff to Ray. Ray bounce pass to Stankus. Down low to Gonery. She goes up and gets it hit away by Wrecker and out of bounds. 4 seconds on the shot clock.
We're going to need to see some aggressive defense. Keep the hands up and not allow that ball to get inbounds. Wrecker needs to watch behind her, though.
Gonery gets it. She goes up for 2. Bad miss there. Baker gets the rebound, and they're looking to push. Baker gets it to Palmer. Palmer to Wrecker. Wrecker gets it back to Palmer. Palmer dish off to Baker. Baker thought about shooting the 3, pulls it back down. She drives in, goes up for 2, and she is fouled.
Now that is the one thing that's been happening. When the Foresters do find some way inside the paint, they end up getting fouled. So that's a mistake by the Saints with 2:07 left to play. But the Foresters cannot rely on the Saints to get them to the line.
We see Baker's first free throw up and in. Like you said, Victor, the Saints don't want to foul. When you're ahead by 7 points, you do not foul. You don't give your opponent the chance to score with the clock stopped. That was a mistake by the Saints, and Baker makes them pay for it by drilling 2 free throws. We'll see Coach Collier take another timeout, make sure that her Foresters are in check. St. Francis leads Huntington 65-60. 2:07 remains. Victor, we saw a great full court press by the Foresters. Do you expect to see that again out of the timeout?
The thing that we need to see out of the Saints now, though, is what I expect to see out of the Saints is them just trying to run the clock out. But when the Foresters do the full court press, that is when you can't really do that. So we'll see how the Foresters perform defensively coming out of this timeout. But I would love to see Miranda Palmer. She's been absent so far in the second half. I would love to see her return to her roots and hitting those 3 shots.
Like you said, we're going to have to see Miranda Palmer coming alive here late. Whether maybe it's not even scoring, but getting a defensive stop, or just generating the offense by getting some assists. We've seen Courtney Baker do a good job so far. And someone else is going to have to step up here for the Foresters. I'd like to see maybe Allison Trout get into the game. We saw her hit a few 3s. I wouldn't mind seeing her coming in as a late substitution.
Trout did a great job early in the game, but Coach Culler relying on her starters. Well, except for Jacqueline Bonham, who's out right now. Eschman is in for her, but relying on her upperclassmen.
Stankus can't find anyone to pass to, so she's forced to call a timeout. And the Foresters doing a great job there defensively, almost forcing the 5-second call. That would have been huge for the Saints. Nice presence of mind there by Coach Quigley and by Stankus to both call the timeout for the Saints to make sure they don't give the ball right back to Huntington.
And that's the thing, almost in the final 2 seconds with 2 minutes, with 2:07 left to play, is that the Saints want to control the ball as much as they can, leading by 5.
Like I said, Saints leading by 5, doing a great job controlling the ball so far. The Foresters gonna have to get some defensive stops, and it all starts with stopping Gonery and Brown so far in this half. They've been the 2 ladies that have shown up and come alive. We've seen Katie Gonery double teamed a few times down low and still managed to get the ball up and in. It's been amazing what she's done in the paint, but Alexis Brown's been the one feeding it to her. The Foresters can stop that by maybe putting Courtney Baker on her at the perimeter. It could really slow the offense down.
Exactly, Logan.
It'll be Stankus to inbound. Full court press still being run by the Foresters. We're set to get underway again. Stankus just gets it into Brown. Palmer all over her. Brown throws this one out of bounds. Ikomu couldn't quite get her hand on it. Foresters forcing a turnover.
The Saints getting lost in the Foresters as the Foresters know the Forest best.
Inbound goes to Baker in the backcourt. Just under 2 minutes now to play. Baker bounce pass to Eschman. Eschman holding it up strong. Hand off to Hubble. Hubble drives in for 2, and that's good. The Leech trimmed to 3. Full court press. Stankus gonna inbound. She gets it up to Gonerine. And Gonerine is taken down hard as Courtney Baker came from the back to get the steal.
Gonerine a little shaken up.
And that foul is on Courtney Baker for sure. That's the team's 6th foul. Both teams are in the bonus for the rest of the game. Stankus looking to inbound. She gets it into Gonerine. Eschman on her. Gonerine handoff to Ikomu. Ikomu drives in. Floater's no good. Rebound Eschman. And they're going to call Eschman with a travel.
The fans not liking that call.
So the Saints will get the ball back. Huge possession there. The Saints can run more time off the clock. Big defensive possession. Ray inbounding. Finds Gonerine. She goes up for 2. That's no good. Rebound to Eschman. She gets it to Hubble.
Foresters battling back.
Hubble dish out to Baker up top. She gets the screen from Eschman. Baker to Hubble for 3. The rims around and out. Eschman with the rebound. She goes up and is fouled.
Another in and out by the ball, but Eschman with the rebound, getting fouled, and now heading to the line. This is gonna be a big moment for Amelia Eschman. Has to hit these 2 free throws.
Now it's decision time for Coach Collier. If Eschman can hit these 2 free throws, the Foresters would only be down 1 with 1:09 remaining. We see Eschman drilling the first one. Now, if you're Coach Collier, do you tell your ladies to foul with 1:09 remaining? You could possibly get the ball back. Do you foul and send Saints free throw, or do you play it out?
As Eschman hits her second, it depends on the player. You definitely do not want to foul Gonerine as she gets the ball now.
She gets to Ikomu, and she will get double teamed. It goes out of bounds, and the Saints keep the ball. Close call there for the Saints.
It was indeed a great effort by Miranda Palmer.
Stankus looking for someone to get the ball to, gets it to Gonerine. Gonerine up top. She's driving in. Goes up for 2, misses. Eschman with the rebound. Goes to Palmer. Brown gets it. Palmer wasn't paying attention. And a foul on Miranda Palmer will send Ikomu to the line to shoot the 1-and-1 with the Saints up 65-64.
I hate to say this, slogan, but I mean, Miranda Palmer, I love her as a player, but tonight she has been off her game.
I don't think she was expecting to get the ball. As we see Ikomu miss the 1-and-1, rebound goes to Recker. Baker getting the ball. Coach Collier not calling a timeout, and Baker looking to get a play call. Pass goes to Eschman, and Gonerine takes it from her. Jump ball. Huge defensive play by Katie Gonerine. 35 seconds left.
We need to see some tight defense by the Foresters.
Stankus going long pass to Brown. She gets it. She throws it up to Ikomu. Ikomu gets it to Brown at the top of the key. Baker on her, and she will foul Brown.
I'd say that was a smart foul by Courtney Baker as we now have 26.2 seconds left to play.
Still the 1-and-1. Alexis Brown. has to hit this first free throw. Foresters need to box out if there's a miss. And she does. Baker gets the rebound. She gets it up court. She'll pull it back out. Timeout called by Coach Collier with 20 seconds remaining. Victor McCarty, the Foresters, will more than likely get the last possession and could possibly shoot for the win. Who does this ball go to?
Well, honestly, right now, Logan, I do not know whether the Foresters try to go back to the roots in the perimeter shooting or they try to drive it up the middle, because the driving up the middle, it's been not really there tonight, but almost every time the Foresters have drove up the middle, they've been fouled. So do you try to rely on the Saints to bail you out once again, or do you rely on your shooting that has been excellent throughout the season? I don't know.
I think if I'm the Foresters, you have to get the ball to Amelia Recker. Amelia Recker has gotten the points tonight so far. We saw Kelsey Hubble have a ball go around it now earlier. Eshman was there with a good board, but I think this one has to go to Amelia Recker. Recker needs to take this last shot. Wouldn't be bad if Hubble or Palmer took it either. I think all these Foresters are capable of taking the last shot, and I think ultimately it needs to be inside. Maybe force the refs to call a foul, but if it's within those last 5 seconds, the refs will more than likely swallow their whistle. So if you're going to drive, it has to be early, but if you're going to take this last shot, it's going to have to be from the perimeter.
All of the Foresters are capable of making the last second shot, but it's whether or not they've been on their game tonight, and so far, Amelia Recker is the one to get the ball to.
The Foresters have to get the ball in bounds. They have no timeouts remaining. So they're going to have to inbound this. We see President Everton getting the crowd going for the Foresters. And everyone's ready for this last possession. Ball goes to Recker. Recker's driving. She goes up for the layup. No good. And Gonery gets the rebound. She gets it to Brown, and she is fouled with 5 seconds remaining by Miranda Palmer. So Alexis Brown will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1 with 5 seconds remaining. Like I said, Victor, no timeouts for the Foresters. So if there's a miss, they're going to have to get it and bring it up court quickly.
I look for the Saints to purposely miss, to that way just draw out their clock. The only player that could get that ball down the opposite side of the court for the Foresters is Courtney Baker.
It all starts with a box out. It all starts with this box out. If Brown misses, we saw her miss her first 1-and-1 attempt. She'll get a chance to redeem herself. This one's up, rolls around and out. Trout with the rebound, gets it to Baker. Baker's bringing it up. 1 second, shoots, and she hits! Courtney Baker with the game-winning shot! And the crowd rushes the court. Courtney Baker with the game winner. Oh my goodness! The one-handed floater from the three-point line.
We saw this last year, Logan. Say it with me. None of that. None of that. What did I say, Logan? We had to see Courtney Baker get the possession, and she marched it down the court in with the floater, and miraculously, with no seconds left, gets the ball and sinks it for the Foresters. I'm lost for words. This crowd is ecstatic here inside Platt Arena.
Like Courtney Baker being a soccer player, that's like scoring an upper 90 shot in extra time and the 90th minute for her. A one-handed floater, banking shot from the three-point line. You gotta be kidding me, Victor. This is the first game for Huntington in this tournament. They're going to the championship game.
This is a tremendous effort by the Foresters, the Lady Foresters, and it proves time and time again, never, ever give up.
You gotta love what the Foresters have just done here. It's been miraculous. Huntington coming through in the clutch. Alexis Brown missing the 1-and-1. Trout comes into the game, rebounds, gets it right to the senior Courtney Baker, and she hits the game winner. I can't believe it, Victor.
Tonight has been a very unpredictable night for the Foresters. The ladies like Miranda Palmer, Kelsey Hubble, really not on their game tonight, but Courtney Baker, the senior, winning it for the Foresters. We don't have to see her take that three-point shot, but when she has to do it, she does it.
I can't believe it.
But breaking news, Logan, we're going to hear now that the officials are saying that it was a 2, but nonetheless, the Forcers win 66-65.
Take what you can get. I don't care what it is. That was an amazing shot. The ball just leaving her hand on the 1 second mark. University of St. Francis has to keep their head held high. They had that game almost in the bag.
They did have that game, and you might say the Forcers stole it away from them.
No pun intended by Courtney Baker getting the most steals tonight. She had 3 already. Courtney Baker doing a great job here for the Foresters.
Well, we're going to take a break here on FDN Sports, the Forester Digital Network, as the number 19 Huntington University Foresters beat the Fighting Saints from Illinois 66-65. We'll be right back with final stats and an interview from Coach Culler. And we're back here inside Platt Arena. I am still lost for words, Logan, as we saw the senior Courtney Baker win it with the floater for the Foresters, 66-65.
I can't believe it, Victor. This has been one for the ages here in women's basketball. Like you said, last year, I know you were here when Shane Merriman hit the three-quarter shot. And to me, this is just as good. It's just a little bit of taste of what I'm here to get in the next 4 years at Huntington.
It is a great start for you indeed, Logan, being the freshman. And it's great for me, being the senior, being able to see this year in, year out here inside Platt Arena. Let's take a look real quick at the final stats. Once again, Foresters 66-65 against the Fighting Saints. Forster shot 41% as opposed to 39 by the Saints. And the free throws, they shot 91% from the line as opposed to 50 by the Saints. You have to think that had to do with something, Logan.
I say the Forsters only missed one free throw attempt, but they hit them down the stretch when it counted, and that's something that the Saints can't say themselves. Missing the front end of the 1-and-1 twice there late that got the Forsters back into it. Like you said, just a key role there had to be the Foresters hitting their free throws and the Saints giving the Foresters a chance to get back into the game, which they did.
And looking at turnovers again real quick, Foresters had 10 as opposed to the Saints who had 15, and that had to do with something as well. But the rebounds, I mean, the Saints out-rebounded the Foresters 47-32. Katie Goddering of the Saints had 23 total points. I mean, she had a miraculous senior game for the Saints. But Amelia Recker, I mean, being clutch as a junior, 22 points of her own. And then Allison Trout, the second leading scorer for the Foresters with 11. But Courtney Baker, again, coming out of nowhere to win it for the Foresters.
Like you said, Amelia Recker was doing it all tonight for the Foresters. Trout came off the bench, did a tremendous job providing the spark that the Foresters needed. And what more do you need to say other than Courtney Baker?
Courtney Baker indeed baking the win for the Foresters. Well, we don't see Lori Culler coming out right now. I mean, as we might expect, a great win by the Lady Foresters, so she's just probably pep talking her girls for tomorrow's game.
They'll be taking on IU Southeast, and IU Southeast had a great win themselves today over Berea College. They won 95-75. So this game, I believe, will be at 3 o'clock tomorrow, where the Foresters will take on IU Southeast in what should be an exciting matchup.
That will be an exciting matchup indeed, Logan. Well, we're going to go ahead and call it a night here inside Platt Arena for all of our crew, camera guys, our director, and my partner, Logan Hunt. I am Victor McCarty, and an exciting announcement for tomorrow where we're going to have the first ever all-female commentating crew, because you two will be gone and I'll have to direct. So I think we're making waves here at FDN Sports and getting an all-female crew. I think that's pretty exciting if I do say so myself. But once again, thank you for tuning into this exciting matchup tonight as the Foresters win 66-65. We hope to see you tomorrow as the Foresters will play at 3 o'clock.